Hello guys, and how are you doing today? And in this video we are going to be bringing to you activities of one of our commercial plantain field setup in southern part of Nigeria. It's going to be massive, obviously, because we want to share activities of our farm setup. And you know what, we want to break it down to you so that you understand the nitty-gritty of actually setting up a commercial plantain field. So before we go into the video proper, I want to quickly run through the project. This project is actually a project of about 2.5 acres of land. So we are looking at about 2,500 sucker stand or plant stand that we are going to be using to set up this particular project. So far so good. We are going to be spending 5 days to set up this project, and I am going to be working with a team of 5 guys. So it's going to be massive because I'm going to be showing you basically all the steps that you have to take when you want to set up similar project at your end. So stay glued and go nowhere because it's going to be super informative. Peace guys. Just before we go in guys, if you haven't subscribed just yet to this channel, Chidavagriculturalhub, all you need to do real quick is to punch on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and do well to give this video a thumb up because guys, it is going to be massive. So let's go. We are currently on the field for the project proper, and this is a 2.5 acre field, and we are going to be having an amazing time on the field. So first thing first, for you, when you want to set up your commercial field, the first thing you have to do is to do a general survey. When I mean general survey, I mean you have to literally go around the field to understand the outline of the field. That is actually supposed to be the first thing. Understand the outline of the field. After you've understood the outline of the field, that will then determine how you are going to start with the mapping out process of the field. Mind you guys, we are going to be using a 2 meter by 2 meter plant spacing, which is what we are going to be using for this commercial field setup. Now, why we use 2 meter by 2 meter plant spacing is because we want to ensure we have very good plant population per area of land. We want to ensure that we maximize the land. We do not want a situation where we cultivate and then you still have a lot of spaces for weeds to start growing and then competing very rigorously with your cultivated plantain. So what we want to do is we want to ensure we have a very compact and dense field that would at the end of the day give us quality suckers and then right plant population. Now I tell people it's not about the how close or how wide apart your plant spacing is that determines the quality of the yield at the end of the day. It is the maintenance practices of your field that will determine the quality you would get at the end of the day, and that is why you have to ensure you take your manuring very seriously, and you ensure you do not leave your plant out to just develop on their own. You have to take your management practices to the very top level by ensuring you adequately apply the nutrients and also as and when due. Next thing you have to, after you've been able to survey your land, is to start with the mapping out process. So when we talk about the mapping out process, we are simply talking about that process that ensures that you get the correct spacing at the end of the day. When I mean correct spacing, your mapping out has to be top notch. You can't give it to a mediocre to do, and that is should I say the most tedious part of the whole setup process. The mapping out processes is the most tedious part of the setup processes because it's a bit technical. You have to understand a little bit of how should I put it now, should I say technical drawing, or you need to understand a little bit of also architecture, and you also need to understand a little bit of field outlaying and all of that. So all these things come into play when you start with your mapping out. So now how you map out the spacing you want to use will determine the distance of your mapper. Because we're going to be using a 2 meter by 2 spacing, we are going to be ensuring that we maintain that 2 meter by 2 meter spacing, and also ensure that we do not make mistakes, so that at the end of the day we are going to get the right plant population. Now, how do you determine your yield at the end of the day? The plant population or the spacing you are going to be using will determine your plant population at the end of the day. If I'm using a 2 meter by 2 meter spacing, at the end of the day I'm supposed to get nothing less than 1,000 suckers from my field of 1 acre. So in a 2.5 acre field, I'm going to be getting 2,500 suckers. A 2.5 acre is still equal to 1 hectare of land, okay, so which is about 15 plots depending on the dimension of the plot, but then it is 10,000 meters square, which is the standard square meters for 2.5 acres, or the standard square meter for 1 hectare of land. So that is the most tedious part, and we are going to be going into the field so that you see how we do it and you get to do it right at your own field. So stay glued, guys, as we dive in. Peace. So guys, we've mapped out. The next thing we have to ensure we do right about now is to start digging the point. Now, what we really aim at when digging is the intersection point between the horizontal line and the vertical line. That intersection point or the meeting point would be the point at which the holes will be dug. As you can see, this is one of the holes. So like what I'm going to be showing you now is the intersection point between the vertical and the horizontal line is where you get to this. So that point, from that point to another point, must be 2 meters when you measure, if you had properly outlined your field. So I'm going to be showing you how to go about with the measure, with the the digging out of the field. And also when digging, you have to ensure you make your hole deep enough. Don't just make a shallow hole. You have to ensure the hole is deep enough, because the depth of the hole would give the plant firmness. You have to ensure the hole is deep enough, like what we have here is deep enough. So once you put a sucker, you have to ensure the hole you're going to be digging is deep enough, just like we have here, so that at the end of the day you are going to have the plant well established. If it has its roots properly established in the soil, it's going to give it firmness, and it's not going to be easily pulled over or pulled down when you have wind or any strong wind around you. Okay, so that's what we've also tried to ensure in this project. So I will allow you to enjoy the activities. Stay glued, guys. So after you've been able to dig out, the next operation you have to take seriously is the application of your herbicide. Now, the beauty of applying herbicide is to ensure that you suppress the weed for about 8 weeks, and that's what the guys, the team members are doing right about now. They're ensuring that this weed, as you can see, these are newly emerging. These are newly emerging, and if we do not apply this herbicide, even if we weed them, it takes about a week or thereabout. They start germinating again. But then when we make use of herbicide, it helps suppress them for about 8 weeks, and that is why we advise you use herbicides that are human friendly. Don't use any herbicide that is not recommended by global gap. So you have to use herbicides that are human friendly, and once you do so, you would ensure that these weeds do not emerge until after like 8 weeks, which is enough time for the suckers to develop. So guys, you have to take that very, very seriously, very, very critical. If you fail to perform this operation, it's going to the weeds are really going to prevent your suckers as they emerge to compete very vigorously with them, and the suckers will not be able to fully develop the way they should. Okay, so take this very, very seriously. But guys, go nowhere, stay glued as we dive in. Peace. So this is the arrival of the poultry manure. Why do we need to apply manure into the dog holes? It is simple. It is because we want to provide the suckers with the right amount of nutrients, which would ensure the suckers begin to grow in the right environment. You want to ensure that this level of nutrient available to the plants as they emerge is at its optimum. This would ensure rapid growth after emergence. Guys, our sucker just arrived, and obviously we supplied our client with quality suckers all the way from southwestern part of Nigeria down to southern part of Nigeria, guys, precisely Delta State, where this massive commercial planting project is being set up. It's an hybrid variety, and you can always trust us at Chidavagriculturalhub for your quality suckers. These are elephant giant varieties. All you need to do right about now is to place an order. Go to the description, you would find our contact. Place an order because it takes a couple of days to process for your delivery. So guys, irrespective of your location, we got you covered. So place your order and get the very best of quality suckers from who else if not us at Chidav Agricultural Hub. So let's go back to the setup, guys. After the arrival of the suckers, we had to move them down to the field because where the vehicle stopped was the farthest it could go due to the bushes covering the road path down to the farm location. But then the distance wasn't really so much. Next up is the treatment of the soil against nematode. This is done in order to ensure that the population of the nematode are reduced to its barest minimum. Guys, nematodes could be beneficial, however, when in large quantity they infest the suckers, and being a commercial field, we cannot afford to take anything or to leave anything to chances. Hence, we ensure that the soils where the suckers will be planted into were properly treated. treatment of the suckers is very critical in your commercial farm setup. Yes, we sell very quality suckers, however they have been transported from our farm location down to your farm location. There is every possibility that during the course of the transportation that these suckers could have been contaminated in the process. Hence the need to properly disinfect them against insect and fungi, and then also treat them against insect and fungi infestations. This is very critical, and you shouldn't take this or leave it to chance. After treatment of the suckers, the next thing is to distribute the suckers into the already dug holes for easy planting, and that is what the guys are doing currently. So this is the final stage of our commercial plantain field setup, and it is the planting of our suckers. And the method we are using to cultivate is the total berry method. This method simply means that you completely cover the suckers with the soil. Okay, a couple of persons have called and they said, are you sure it will grow? Yes, it will 100% grow. All you need to do and ensure is that your suckers do not get damaged in the course of moving the suckers from one point to another, and you cultivate a corm that is healthy. As long as the corm is healthy, it is gonna germinate, and you start seeing emergence on or before 21 days after you have planted. Okay, so that is it, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for having been on this very massive project we've had so far, and I am super excited you guys have been able to learn. So if you want to set up and you think you need a professional to come help you do it, you need an expert to come help you do it, you need the very best of the very best of the very best to come help you do it, all you need to do right about now is to go to the description or message us send us a message on the number appearing on your screen right about now, or you go to the description and send us an email, or you will definitely find our contact detail. Send us an email, let us know how best to help you out with that your farming project. We are here to get you established the right way, and we are here to set you on the right path to success in your farming business. So stay glued, guys. Anthony David still remains my name, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, all you need to do right about now is to punch on the subscribe button, punch on that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and do well to give this video a thumb up. So guys, definitely other videos are going to be appearing on your screen right about now. All you need to do is punch on one of them and go check out other videos from Chidavagriculturalhub. Peace, guys.